Hi guys and welcome. I am Sophia and this is my second channel. On my main channel I post all things my music, so if you want to hear any of my original music, go to that channel. I'll link it down below. So if you want to check out my actual channel, go down below and check out my music. Sophia McLew. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all the fun music streaming services. But on this channel, we do vlogs and we're gonna do some cocktail videos because I love cocktails and I want to share my knowledge, which is not very much knowledge on cocktails, but the knowledge that I do have, I'm gonna share it with you guys. I love cocktails so much that I started my own little cocktail series on my main channel to go to each one of my songs off my debut album, New Romance. So you can go check those out. I've only just started, so I'm gonna hopefully get all 10 out shortly, maybe by week. But today we're going to make a purple gin sour using Empress Gin. For those who don't know, this is Empress Gin. It's from Canada. This is what I remember about it. Let me see. Alright, it's from British Columbia. It is 42.5% alcohol by volume, so 85 proof. And it's this beautiful, I explained this on my other video, go check it out. It's this beautiful purple colored gin. It is expensive, it's like $50 a bottle, which is kind of outrageous for something that you're going to be mixing into cocktails. So if you want to drink it straight, fine by me. It's very good in a gin and tonic, so I do recommend that. But you could just make your own purple gin. It's super simple. All you have to do is buy these little butterfly pea blossoms. You can get like a giant bag off of Amazon or any other like website that has butterfly pea blossoms on it. And all you have to do is steep it in water like tea, and then you could do the same for gin. Just put a bunch of flowers in the gin, strain out the flowers, and you have this beautiful purple gin. I also love making simple syrup using it, which you'll see. I left it upstairs, but I'll grab it in a second. So I also make purple simple syrup. And so this is a very, very purple drink that we're going to be making today. Another great thing about this purple butterfly pea blossom is that it is, I don't know good scientific terms for this, but it actually changes color when you add something acidic to it. So when you're making a gin and tonic, and you add the tonic and the lime into that beautiful Empress purple, indigo, whatever color you want to call it, gin, it turns pink. It turns like a light, like magenta-y kind of pink. Like, how do I explain that color? I have no idea, but like a light pink. And I've heard, but I've failed many times trying to do it, if you add something more like basic to it, it will turn kind of more aqua, kind of greener color. Or maybe just more blue. I don't know, because I haven't really seen it with my own eyes. But you can do that by adding cucumber, apparently. I think club soda, maybe, a little bit. We're gonna carry on with that purple color and make a purple gin sour. And as you may know, a gin sour has lemon in it, but there's not enough lemon in it to make it pink. So it's still pretty purple. It might not be as dark and indigo as this. See, this is kind of like a dark blue color. Ugh. Can you see it? It's gonna be lighter than that. It's gonna be like a light purple gin sour. So, let me go grab my simple syrup and we'll get started. Right, now that I'm back and I got my simple syrup and my lemon juice, let's get started. So, we're gonna build this in a tin. Make sure you have some nice quality heavy weighted tin. So this one is a new one from Barfly. I think it's kind of new, but usually you can see the seam where the weight is at the bottom. This one's like nice and seamless, but they're very heavy. We're gonna be using a dry shaking method today. If you have a cocktail with an egg white in it, it's when you shake it without ice, which incorporates the egg into it a little bit better and makes it nice and frothy. And if you don't have that ice in it, sometimes a nice cheap shaker tin might just fall apart and explode on you. So you want a nice quality heavy duty shaker. So let's get our little small tin here, and in this, usually if you're working at a nice quality bar, or if you see a bartender at a nice quality bar, they're gonna put in the cheaper ingredients first because they don't want to waste any alcohol, and this is just a good business method. But I'm not an actual bartender, so I like to start with the good stuff. So, let's pop that open, and we're gonna do 2 ounces of Empress Gin. For a simple sour, the recipe kind of doesn't change depending on whatever spirit you're using. You're usually using a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio. So that means 2 ounces of your spirit, 1 ounce of your sugar, and 1 ounce of your acid. So we just did 2 ounces of gin. We're gonna do now 1 ounce of my purple, because it's got butterfly pea blossom in it, simple syrup. So far, very purple. I like to use a 1 to 1 simple syrup recipe, ratio, whatever you want to call it. So that means 1 part sugar, 1 part water. So for this, I believe I did 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water. Steeped my water in steeped butterfly pea blossom in my water, so it was purple. Dump that into the sugar and just boil it on top of the stove and dissolve that sugar, and you get a nice simple syrup. Some people like to do a 2 to 1 simple syrup recipe, which is, I guess, a rich syrup is what they call it. So that's 2 parts sugar, 1 part water, which makes a thicker, sweeter simple syrup, but I don't like things too sweet and I don't like things too thick, so I use a 1 to 1 ratio, but it's all up to your preference. All right, now we're gonna do 1 ounce of our lemon juice and make sure it's freshly squeezed. I did just freshly squeeze this upstairs when I ran to get my simple syrup. Never buy store-bought lemon juice and put it into a cocktail. It is absolutely disgusting, and you can always taste the difference. So always use fresh squeezed lemon, lime, orange. That's pretty much the ones that you should definitely fresh squeeze. So let's do 1 ounce of lemon juice, and I hope I have 1 ounce here. Perfect. So now we're gonna separate our egg white into the big tin. So in case we somehow get any eggshell into it, it's separated from our actual drink, and it's easier to get those little eggshells out of there. Oh, this is the messiest part of the cocktail creation. All right, so now that we have our egg white in 1 tin and our cocktail in another tin, let's pour the cocktail into the big tin. Make sure it's secure, make sure there's a nice line on this side, and then it kind of like has an angle going on over here. That's how you know it's actually sealed and you actually put it on right. And now shake vigorously. Once you think you've shaken it enough, stop shaking. Now let's add some ice to our tin. I'm gonna just put it in the small tin. Make sure it's nice and secure. And now shake with ice. All right, I just grabbed my coupe out of the fridge. And now we're gonna double strain it into the coupe. So with egg white drinks, it's common to double strain it. I don't know why. I don't always, because I am totally fine with how it turns out when I just single strain it with a Hawthorne strainer on top of my tin. But we're gonna try double straining and see if it works. Beautiful. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that nice frothy egg white head. Ah, my tools. And that's what you want, and that's what you're gonna get if you dry shake it. Or you can also do the reverse dry shake method, where you shake it with ice, then take out the ice, and then shake it again. And that's gonna give you this nice, beautiful, like thick, foamy top that is just kind of a garnish on its own, and it tastes delicious, which if you make it, you will see. And to garnish this, I just like to do 1 butterfly pea blossom. I'm gonna pick out a nice good one and float it on top. So here it is, the purple gin sour. An absolutely beautiful drink. All right, and now let's try it. The gin sour, but purple. That is really, really, really delicious. I'm an absolute sucker for any sours, especially ones with egg white. I just love the frothy, like velvety texture that it brings to a cocktail. It's just such a simple way to elevate any cocktail. Well, not any cocktail. It's not good in every cocktail. And it's just one of my favorite things ever. The purple color is just beautiful, and I made sure to match it. I think with sours, there's just this beautiful balance between sugar, spirit, and lemon, or lime if you're doing a daiquiri. But in this case, a lemon, and it's just a really delicious flavor. Really quite my drink. It's not as quite of a winner as a whiskey sour, but we'll do that another day. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about cocktails, and if you want to learn more recipes that aren't made by pros but made by me, which is honestly, I do a lot of research and I know a lot of things that a lot of people don't. So I can nudge you in the right direction towards a better cocktail. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video, and I hope to make more of these videos because I enjoy making them and drinking them. Cheers! It's refreshing too. Bye!